Welcome back. Today we're covering vocabulary from bump to barren, with clear meanings, examples, and strong collocations to boost your English naturally. Bump, a small raised area on a surface.
There's a bump on the road ahead.
A bump is a small raised or uneven spot on the road, while a pothole is a deep hole in the road caused by damage. Bumps are minor irregularities. Potholes are large holes. Be careful, there's a big pothole on this street.
I hit my head on the low ceiling and got a bump. Bump, to hit or knock something accidentally. I bumped into an old friend at the mall.
Bump is used for light, accidental hits or collisions, while hit is stronger and more direct. Knock is often intentional, and crash describes a heavy or violent impact.
She bumped into the table and spilled her drink.
He bumped into the door when he entered the house. I bumped the chair as I passed by.
I bumped my knee against the door. Bumper cars, small electric cars in an amusement park that people drive to bump into each other for fun. The kids laughed as they crashed their bumper cars into each other.
Bump, to move someone to a higher level or priority. Informal. They bumped me up to first class. They bumped up the price last week. They bumped up the numbers to look better. They bumped up my request.
His performance bumped the team to the top of the rankings.
Baby bump, the small, rounded belly of a pregnant woman. She proudly showed off her baby bump at the party. Bumpy, having many bumps, not smooth or even, causing shaking or jolting.
The road was very bumpy after the storm.
This flight is quite bumpy due to turbulence.
The car ride was bumpy because of the old road.
Not smooth or difficult, used metaphorically. It was a bumpy start to the project, but things improved later.
Their relationship has been bumpy recently.
Starting a new job can be a bumpy transition.
Burden, a heavy load, either physically or emotionally, something difficult to bear.
He carried the burden of a heavy backpack up the hill. The responsibility of taking care of his family is a great burden.
To load or weigh down.
She was burdened with too much work. The donkey was burdened with supplies for the trip.
Bureau, an office or organization that provides information or services, or a piece of furniture with drawers.
He works at the Tourism Bureau in the city center. The Bureau is responsible for issuing passports.
Bureau, a piece of furniture with drawers, used in American English.
She keeps her clothes in the bureau next to the bed. There's a mirror on top of the bureau in the guest room.
Bureaucracy, a system of government or organization with many rules and procedures, often slow and complicated.
The bureaucracy makes getting a permit very time-consuming. They complained about the red tape and inefficiency of bureaucracy.
Fun fact: red tape refers to excessive rules, regulations, or formalities that create delays and make processes unnecessarily complicated. The term is often used to describe frustrating administrative or bureaucratic procedures. It comes from the historical practice of binding official documents with red ribbons or tape. The bureaucracy delayed the project for months. She struggled to navigate through the university's bureaucracy.
Burglary, The crime of breaking into a place to steal.
There was a burglary at the jewelry store last night. He was arrested for committing a burglary in the neighborhood.
Burner, a device or part of a stove, heater, or other appliance that produces a flame or heat.
She turned off the burner after the soup started boiling. The left burner isn't working properly on this stove.
Burner phone, a cheap, prepaid mobile phone used temporarily, often for privacy or anonymity.
He used a burner phone to keep his calls private.
He bought a burner phone before traveling to avoid using his regular number.
The burner was thrown away after the deal was done.
Barren, unable to produce plants, crops, or children. Empty or unproductive. The desert is barren and lifeless. Barren, land that cannot produce crops or vegetation.
The farmers struggled with the barren soil in the desert. After years of drought, the once fertile land became barren.
Barren, something that produces no results, value, or useful outcome. Unproductive or fruitless.
The meeting was barren of any useful ideas.
His search for a solution was barren. Years of investment turned out to be barren. Barren, a female animal unable to reproduce.
The vet confirmed that the cow was barren and wouldn't produce calves. In the past, barren was sometimes used to describe a woman unable to conceive, but this term is now considered outdated and somewhat harsh or impersonal when applied to people. Modern terms for human infertility: infertile. This is the most common and neutral term for both men and women who are unable to conceive. The couple struggled with infertility for years before seeking treatment. Childless, often used to describe people without children, though it doesn't necessarily imply infertility. They are happily childless by choice.
Great job! Keep practicing these words and their collocations. They're the key to sounding more fluent. See you in the next lesson.